Millions in the UK reach retirement with a private annual pension of just £3,650. Are you at risk? Did you know that millions of people in the UK are facing a shocking reality when they reach retirement age? Imagine spending decades working hard, only to find out your private pension is far below what you need to live comfortably. What if you're one of them? What if your retirement savings are not nearly enough to cover your expenses? You might be wondering how so many people end up in this situation, and more importantly, what can be done to change it. If you've ever thought about the future of your pension, or if you're already retired and worried about your financial security, this is something you can't ignore. The latest data reveals a harsh truth: a significant portion of retirees in the UK are facing financial hardship, with private pensions as low as £3,650 a year. Yes, you read that right. Just £3,650 a year. How does that compare to what you were expecting? Is that enough to provide the lifestyle you dreamed of in retirement? Now, think about it. How many people do you know who are in a similar position? And have you considered how your pension compares to the UK average? Most people are shocked to find out they are underpensioned, meaning their pension is much lower than what is needed to live comfortably in their retirement years. What if there was a way to fix this? What if the system could be adjusted so that those who are at the greatest risk of financial insecurity in retirement could get the support they need? In today's video, I'll be breaking down who is most at risk of facing retirement poverty and what reforms could make a world of difference. I'll reveal some powerful solutions that could change the future of pensions, but first, I need you to stay tuned and find out if any of these risks apply to you. Let's not sugarcoat this. The current system leaves many people vulnerable, and if you're in a group that's been overlooked, such as carers, ethnic minorities, self-employed individuals, or even divorced women, the chances are you may not have the pension savings you thought you would. But don't worry, there's more to uncover. Stick with me, David, as we explore the full picture. The changes that need to happen are right around the corner. In the next few minutes, I'll share crucial information that could reshape your retirement plans. Could these changes be the key to securing a better future for everyone? Only time will tell, but it starts with awareness. Are you ready to find out what the future holds for your retirement? What could be done to ensure you don't fall into the underpensioned group? Don't go anywhere, we're diving in right now. The reality of retirement can often be very different from what we expect or imagine during our working years. For many, the idea of finally reaching the point where they can retire and enjoy their hard-earned savings seems like the ultimate goal. Yet, for millions of people across the UK, that dream is clouded by financial insecurity. The sad truth is that far too many people reach retirement with a private annual pension of just £3,650. Imagine the anxiety that comes with such a low income in your later years. You've worked hard all your life, contributing to the economy and paying into pension schemes, only to find out that your private pension is far from enough to live on. This is the unfortunate reality for a large portion of the UK's retired population, and it's a problem that affects millions of individuals. But why is this happening, and what can be done to change it? Pension systems across the world are complex, and the UK's pension system is no exception. It's built on a foundation of both public and private savings, with the state pension serving as a basic safety net for those who qualify. However, the private pension system relies heavily on individual savings, and this is where the problem begins. For many, their private pension savings simply don't add up to what is needed to cover the cost of living, particularly in retirement when incomes typically decrease. The situation is even worse for some groups, leaving them vulnerable to financial hardship in their later years. The underpensioned groups that face this issue the most include carers, ethnic minorities, people with disabilities, women, and those who are self-employed. Each of these groups experiences unique challenges when it comes to pension saving, and these challenges are often compounded by other societal factors. For example, carers, particularly those who look after family members, often face career breaks or part-time work, which impacts their ability to save for retirement. Similarly, people with disabilities may struggle to find full-time employment or face additional medical expenses, which make it harder to build up a sufficient pension. Women, especially those who are divorced or single mothers, are also disproportionately affected by underpensioning. Women tend to live longer than men, but on average, they have smaller pensions and lower lifetime earnings. This is largely due to factors like gender pay gaps, career breaks for childcare, and a greater likelihood of working part-time or in lower-paid jobs. This leaves women particularly vulnerable to financial insecurity in retirement, which can have long-lasting effects on their well-being. The self-employed are another group that faces significant pension challenges. While many self-employed individuals are incredibly hard-working, their earnings can fluctuate, and they often don't have access to workplace pension schemes. This means they must rely on their own savings, which can be unpredictable and insufficient to cover the costs of retirement. Without the benefit of automatic enrollment or employer contributions, many self-employed individuals find themselves with a much smaller pension than they would have expected after years of working. Even for those who are eligible for workplace pensions, the amount they contribute may not be enough to provide financial security in retirement. The automatic enrollment system, which has brought millions of people into pension schemes, has made a significant difference. However, there are still gaps in the system that leave many individuals without adequate pension savings. Some groups, particularly those with lower incomes, part-time workers, and those with irregular work patterns, may miss out on the opportunity to contribute to their pension, leaving them without the savings they need to support themselves when they stop working. But there is hope. There are steps that can be taken to address the underpensioning crisis and help ensure that everyone has a fair chance of a financially secure retirement. One of the key areas that experts agree needs reform is the eligibility criteria for automatic enrollment. Currently, many workers, particularly those with lower incomes or multiple part-time jobs, are excluded from the system. This means that they are missing out on the opportunity to have money automatically deducted from their wages and put into a pension scheme, which could provide them with much-needed retirement savings. By removing the £10,000 earnings trigger for automatic enrollment, more people would be able to access workplace pensions and begin saving for their retirement. Another important reform is the removal of the lower earnings limit on pension contributions. Under the current system, individuals who earn below a certain threshold are not able to contribute to their pension, even if they want to. This limits their ability to build up a retirement fund and leaves them more reliant on the state pension, which, as we know, is not enough to provide a comfortable retirement on its own. By removing this limit, individuals with lower earnings would be able to contribute more to their pensions, giving them a better chance of securing their financial future. The introduction of a family carers top-up is another potential solution to help address the underpensioning issue. Carers, who often sacrifice their own careers to look after loved ones, are among the most underpensioned groups in the UK. These individuals may not have the opportunity to save into a pension while they are providing care, and as a result, their pension pots can be much smaller than those of others. A carer's top-up would provide additional pension contributions for those who are caring for family members, helping to ensure that they are not left financially vulnerable in their later years. Ensuring that pension savings are considered in divorce settlements is also an essential reform. Divorced women, in particular, are more likely to experience financial hardship in retirement due to the loss of pension savings as a result of divorce. In many cases, pensions are not adequately accounted for during divorce proceedings, leaving individuals with much smaller retirement pots than they should have. By making pension savings a more prominent part of divorce settlements, individuals who go through divorce would be able to secure their financial future and prevent the underpensioning problem from affecting them later in life. Finally, addressing the issues of childcare availability and costs is another key reform that could make a significant difference. For many working parents, especially women, the high cost and limited availability of childcare make it difficult to continue working full-time and contributing to a pension. This results in lower pension savings, which can create financial insecurity in retirement. By making childcare more affordable and accessible, parents would have a better chance of continuing to work and save for their future, ensuring that they can retire with sufficient funds. The issue of underpensioning is a complex one, and there is no quick fix. However, by making the right policy changes and implementing reforms that address the specific challenges faced by underpensioned groups, we can begin to close the pension savings gap and create a more secure future for all retirees. While these changes may take time, the first step is to raise awareness of the issue and to ensure that everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, has the opportunity to save for a comfortable retirement.